Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by, tuning in, and seeing the content. So just want to firstly say thank you very much for all the support I've had so far. Lots and lots of subscribers. Only 12 away from the 150, which is whereupon I can do the giveaway. Fantastic. So yeah, for those who don't know, that basically you're going to be entered into a draw, and of course then actually going to give away a Stipplegate, a nice black market, pretty decent decal if you colour it right, and I will be sorting that out as soon as I reach 150 subscribers. I know it's not maybe the most massive giveaway, but you know, considering the sort of size I am, it's basically what I'm able to do at the moment, and hopefully, you know, with growth and things like that, I'll be able to do even better ones for you guys in Rocket League. And of course, it has the striker cert, so it should keep and hold some of its value. So yeah, I'll let you know at the end of the video about that one. Right, well, let's get into the actual main bulk of the video. So me and my friends, we basically decided to turn off crossplay and see kind of what happened. We play on PS4. We get sick a bit of, you know, Cynet players being very much quicker, it seems, than us. And if you're a Cynet player, maybe you kind of can appreciate that, because it seems like they can hit the ball 20 times faster than you can, although sometimes that just may be connection as well. But anyway, we got into a sort of team match where we came across a team called Fayfish. Now, this turned into an absolute sweat fest, and I'm not even joking. You would have actually believed that this would have been a tournament game, a tournament final. It became a very sweaty sort of like match, lots of aerials, lots of other things. And the reason I kind of want to highlight it is because, you know, when you sort of like usually switch off crossplay, one, in a lot of games you have a difficulty in actual finding the matches. This one we found pretty much straight away, and they were a very, very good team. Very well organised and very, very sort of dangerous on the breaks, pretty good in defence, and it was definitely not an easy match. Now, I have to admit here that this one was kind of funny. I laugh at it because, you know, if it happened to me, I probably would have been raging. I stole JHD's goal, and I probably shouldn't have. I saw it there, and I was like, oh, but I don't think it's going in. Yeah, alright, well, admittedly, that probably was. So yeah, sorry, JHD, I'm sure if you're watching this, you'll know that one. But yeah, I mean, like, as regards to these matches, you know, the reason I kind of want to highlight them, it's just because, you know, sometimes these kind of games, they are very, very entertaining, including a great own goal. What a team own goal that was. Flicked it past me, couldn't do anything, got pinched, no one went for it, and straight into the goal. Yeah, so not the best start, and I think this is one of the things I want to highlight, is that the game was not the best start. In fact, I think we go down another goal as well, and that made it even worse, and it was just one of those things where we were fighting back pretty much from a certain point. But yeah, I mean, like, as regards to the video, I mean, naturally, if you do enjoy sort of matches and content, I know I've been doing a lot of trading videos as well, so I'm trying to do lots of different ideas, and, you know, I mean, like, if there's any suggestions as regards to content that maybe I can actually come out with, then of course, I mean, any ideas is good. I mean, I'm open to sort of different suggestions. You know, I want to keep the content varied, and, you know, and obviously being a newer content creator in regards to Rocket League, of course, it is a little bit more harder and more difficult just to come up with fresh new ideas that not everyone else is doing. And, you know, and I think that is sort of the thing, isn't it? Is keeping it interesting and fun. And in regards to this match, I thought this was actually a really good match, and yes, I missed the ball there, completely and utterly missed it, and I don't know why. Again, probably because I use car cam. I know that is a bit of a weird one. I know a lot of people kind of have difficulty in understanding how I use car cam. I'm just so used to it, I just struggle a little bit to switch. At some point, I am going to actually do a video where I'm solely practicing and being probably very terrible, but just using ball cam and seeing how I do. Not sure how that's going to work out. I'm sure it'll be very entertaining, because I'm sure it'll be probably dreadful, but, you know, I am going to give that a go at some point. Anyway, with regards to this match, we finally got it on equal terms, 2-2, not too bad, considering probably the start that we'd had wasn't that great. So, yeah, I mean, like, the reason I wanted to do it, I mean, okay, like, crossplay, usually in a lot of games, you turn it off, and you cannot find a match for hours, you cannot find a match at all, it won't even let you search. Rocket League is pretty good in that regard. I have to say that it's nice that you can actually kind of search matches, and I would say that, you know, naturally, PS4 players compared to, PC and things, like I said, I mean, I feel like PC players, they really do have a much faster connection, especially if it's a good PC. They do seem to get there a lot quicker, and though this game was extremely sweaty, I would still say that, in that regard, it definitely was still a little easier, just in, just in comparison, because you literally, you're so sort of up against it from the beginning. Now, just one of the game plays in the background, and yeah, they did score another goal, unfortunately. Always the way, not a lot we could really do about that. Like I said, very coordinated team, decent shot, not a lot we could really do. Nearly saved it, but not quite. But yeah, while I'm waiting for that, I mean, I do plan to post more videos on Rocket League, of course, about trading. I've got some things lined up that I want to talk about, and of course, there are some things that I definitely would like to just go through, just in regards to, like things that may be of interest, useful, some more tips, and all those things as well. And there would be some gameplay, some talking about some concept ideas. I did a goal concept idea a little while back, which I thought was really good, actually. I mean, I know that they are concept ideas, so that means that they're not necessarily going to be brought to the game, but I thought they would be really decent, and I did spend a lot of time coming up with those ideas with my friend, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that in the description, because I'd love you guys just to check that out and give me some feedback on whether you thought that was a great idea, or whether, there was better, because, let's face it, ideas are ideas. There always can be work done to them, and they can always be improved. But yeah, I mean, like, obviously, as I say, I mean, with this particular match, it has definitely been pretty tough going all the way. They're leading sort of like 4-2, and we've got just about a minute to go. It's not exactly the easiest until, of course, KY Rich manages to score a goal. Suddenly, we're back in with a bit of a chance. Quite how he scored it, I don't know, because he just seemed to cut the whole team apart, slide it through, and, of course, you've got the lovely Forest Green Solar Flare as a goal explosion. I do quite actually like the Solar Flare. I know, again, it's an underrated one, and sells quite cheap, but I do wonder if one day that'll ever go back up in price, because actually, it's really not a bad one, and I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, let's move on to that. So basically with the match, I will say that now we're back in it, and this is where it really heats up. It definitely gets pretty damn ridiculous. But what a goal. I mean, that was ridiculous as well. Did a cross. I don't think of it being a cross particularly. I just hit it, kind of like hope that one of my teammates can do an aerial, because they're both extremely good at that thing. It worked out, and yeah, I mean, needless to say, this is where the real game kind of began, and that's with 45 seconds left. Absolutely insanity, but what can I say? So yeah, I mean, like, going back to sort of training videos and other things, I've got lots of ideas that I've got lined up, but of course, doing all of the ideas is hard. But as I said, I do want other suggestions. I'd love to just hear some comments. Anything I could do different, or just, something that maybe would be more unique. But anyway, as regards to the match, it gets really sweaty because it does go into extra time, and that is an absolute nightmare. But this was a really good game, and the reason I kind of wanted to highlight it is because, these rare games, they don't come up that often where there's such a high-level tournament play type game, and yet this is a casual match. I mean, I cannot highlight enough how sweaty this game was. I mean, we literally get into overtime, and that is it was hard work. And by the end of it, did we give him a rematch? No. We literally went, yeah, that's it for that match. We didn't fancy another game just as bad as that, because this team, as I said, they were really good. And how we kind of like didn't lose before we got to overtime, I'll never know. Literally just some sort of miracle. But yeah, I mean, like, as regards to sort of like my level of play, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think, why we call ourselves 2.5 sweats is because I am the half sweat. I am nowhere near as good as JHD or KY Rich. I know this, and they know that. I mean, I'm not bad, but I'm inconsistent at best, and yes, I do miss some balls here and there. So I'm still working on my gameplay. I mean, like, we've only really, consistently, we've been playing for about a year now, I would say, which, I mean, it is quite a long time, I suppose, but there's so much to learn, there's so many items, there's so many things to kind of do, and you know, it is just trying to get good aerials, which that wasn't, trying to flick it up, and realistically that could have been a lot better. So yeah, I mean, obviously, as I say, these games are pretty mental. But yeah, I mean, like, how are you finding Rocket League since, of course, you know, crossplay's come in? Do you find, you know, Cynet like really annoying to deal with? At least I managed to get the save there, yay, right in the right place. But are you finding Cynets like really difficult to kind of, you know, deal with? Are you finding that they are faster if you're on console? If you are on PC, do you find that you're beating out a lot of players, or do you just kind of just take that for granted and not find it any different? I'd be kind of intrigued, because I do realise kind of like that it is a big difference, and that's what it seems. I definitely find that, like, in a lot of regards, people who are on Cynet, they seem to be able to get the ball quicker, recover quicker, and some people just seem to have like luck of the draw in regards to the 50s, and that is probably, I guess that's just down to purely luck of the draw with the players, but it's a hateful one, because I've seen it many times where, you know, you hit the ball, they get the 50, and it goes into the back of the net. In fact, I did a lucky goal video a couple of times. It did work in our favour, which was awesome, but then there's just loads and loads and loads of them where, you know, they really don't, and they just kind of work against you, and it's one of those things. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm interested in regards to the PC play. You know, is there a big difference? Do you guys find that your connection's just faster? Do you find that, like, you are winning out on the ball? Because I think that, you know, as regards to crossplay being turned off, I mean, it was nice that that could be switched off, but I have to say that, you know, it definitely was something that I would just prefer to kind of like play, just maybe PS4 players for a bit and just see. But they are some really good players. We come across like either very good players or players that just tend to bump you. I don't think the overall skill level for PS4 is as good as PC. That I do think is a different. I mean, I noticed that, you know, when we came across this team, yes, it was extremely hard. But actually, realistically, you know, when we sort of played afterwards, we played quite a lot of non-crossplay games, PS4 only, quite a lot of them, especially when it was 2v2. Some of them are just dreadful. We did come across one god of a goalkeeper today, which actually was insane, and I can't even begin to tell you just how crazy good they were at saving the ball. He blocked practically everything, and they were damn good. And we were like, oh, can we have you in our tournament? But, you know, it didn't really work out like that, because, of course, they've got their own people to play with. But, you know, we could have done with it, because, hey, it'd just be nice to actually be able to attack rather than not. As you can see, though, the extra time is still going on. And yeah, like I say, there was a bit of a stalemate. I got taken out by KY Rich, I think. Sent me flying into the corner. Absolutely great. But yeah, a bit disorientating, but that sort of stuff does happen. Got a crossover, thought we had a bit of an opportunity. Unfortunately, they defended it again, and yeah, it was a really, really tough match, going from one end to the other. Luckily, of course, they are extremely good at blocking. I just drove past the ball there, which was absolutely unfortunate, boosting a bit too fast. But, you know, these kind of games, they are there to test you and to improve you as a player. And I like to think that, you know, these kind of matches keep you on your toes, even though by the end of it, yeah, like I said, we didn't rematch. We just literally were left. I think this was actually our last game before we sort of stopped playing, to be honest. I'm not that surprised. But anyway, needless to say, you know, these kind of matches, they are fun. They are good. I really mucked up that shot. And yes, but anyway, so all I would say is that if you did enjoy pretty much the video, the content, the sort of the idea behind it, I know it's a little different. In, you know, gameplay is gameplay. Not everyone wants to see, you know, a match. But then again, I do like these kind of things because I just think they are interesting, and of course they are a little bit different to perhaps the normal videos. But like I said, I'm definitely going to be planning to post lots of different videos when I can, and you know, of course, I'll be doing that as soon as I am able, because I would just like to, you know, keep on posting decent content. Absolutely, you know, keep it interesting. I do still post Apex videos for anyone who is following me because of my Apex. I do still plan to do that. I think, like, a large part is just that, you know, at the moment, my love for the game has perhaps a little bit lessened, and of course, because of that, I just don't want to post videos that just make me just sound like I'm not enjoying it, and I am enjoying Rocket League to a large degree, very much more at the moment. I'm sure, no doubt, that will change in the future, and when it does, I can assure you I will be definitely posting lots and lots of videos about that as well, just to kind of mix it up and keep the content fresh and interesting and varied. But yeah, pretty much I'd say that eventually we did manage to win, scored a good goal, great pass from JHD the Duke, and it worked out. But boy, was that a tough game. Nearly 6 minutes of extra time. Yeah, not easy. Not an easy match at all. But anyway, that is pretty much it from me in regards to this particular video. So if you could do me the honour of just slapping a like on the video just to help me out, and if you want to subscribe you can, don't have to, but it'd be very much appreciated. But otherwise I'll see you in the next video. You take care and all the best. Bye bye.